You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
When was the last time you saw a Chevrolet in Tokyo?
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Robbing biological urges.
You crazy son of a bitch, dude.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
Hello, this is Jim, one half Jim and James Chew the Cud, and we haven't really posted a lot recently. We've been fine, thanks to all those asking, but no, obviously got COVID, and we had some sound issues, especially with the New Year's special. Other sound issues include recording in 3G in a park for some reason, even though someone bought someone a microphone for their new laptop. You know, normal stuff. Anyway, here is the best of James, the cream of his discharge, if you will. So just enjoy it.
On like a Friday night.
What do we do with them?
Fuck knows. We then have to buy like a fish bowl, and we put it home on the night.
Have to.
So the next day we get a little bowl, with water, throw in the 2 goldfish,
Throw them in.
and they die within a few days.
You got to feed them.
And we fed them, looked after them, and
Yeah, but they're fairground ones. They only live off candy floss.
but it's the fact that you've got them for you put in so much care for such a short time, then they die. And
so much care.
They teach you a little lesson.
All you said was you put them in a bowl of water and they died.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's hardly Florence Nightingale levels of
Well,
devotion.
that's what I'm saying. So basically, for a lot of children,
Yeah.
the first lesson of death they'll get is from a fairground goldfish.
Yeah.
And in the end, the lesson's quite a small lesson because they weren't there for that long. Goldfish aren't known for affection.
No.
But cats are. So I put it to you that goldfish I chucked out, it just drowned.
You're going to drown a goldfish?
Yeah. And then the
How does that
cats
work?
come in. You then win a cat
For days.
in at the fairground.
Yep. Fairground.
Fairground, very good.
Thank you.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
And then, because cats are loving, goldfish aren't. You can't cuddle a goldfish.
No.
We tried.
Try cuddling the cat.
But generally, some cats will let you come to you to cuddle. No goldfish will could swim out to you, jump out of the tank, and just give you a cuddle.
No, because it would die.
Exactly, but a cat can. And so a child and a cat can get a bond.
Yeah.
And then
The cat
cat
dies.
has cancer. Looking straight away, there's some scientist flicks a switch, cat dies. It can take days, months, years, or minutes. You don't know, but it's a much bigger lesson for the kids. So then kids learn about death not from a family member, but from a cat.
I mean, I don't know what the correlation is really between number of goldfish owned and number of goldfish won at a fairground. A cat is impractical where you can't hang them from little hooks.
Hey, no, you take.
Well, I mean that's not the only problem I have with that. Really, your long-term plan is to teach children that things they love die.
Yeah.
Over the course of a cat can live 16 years.
Exactly. But these cats, they all do.
A lot of
them have cancer.
Adamant these cats have cancer.
Well, that's
fine.
That's the lesson.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's how the lesson is
so
taught.
are you breeding cats that are susceptible? Weak.
We're getting cats, and then we're also smoking.
The smoking,
and we're blowing smoke into their faces at the fairgrounds.
The cats are smoking.
Well, I'm not. The people,
You're not. You don't.
The people at the fairgrounds, are smoking.
They're not allowed to smoke at fairgrounds.
That's what they want.
Okay,
the fairground people.
Yeah. But can I just say how old?
Fairies, I don't like that.
How old are these children ideally? Say it's me. At what age would you want me to get that cat to teach me about death?
So 6.
6. What? 3 of my grandparents had died.
That's because you killed them. You see, what we were saying is earlier. 2. So if I say you're age 2.
Okay, fine, 2.
And you look after his cat somehow.
Yeah.
Like you're feeding it.
Yeah. So say I just don't treat it badly.
Yeah.
It gets to the age of 7, 8 before getting cancer. Still, by that point, 3 of my grandparents have died. I don't know if you want. So say you originally said 5, 6. Say 6, which is a good age to learn about death. That cat, and we can we can somehow guarantee that is exclusively the only way they find out about death. If those cats live to the average, like about 14, that child will be 20 by the time it learns what death is. Now, I would argue
The cats won't live that
I
long.
would argue that finding out about death at the age of 20
If a cat
is
does-
far more traumatic than finding out at the age of 6.
If a cat does have health preventative issue,
If
death
you haven't given
preventive
it
issues,
AIDS.
yeah, we do have a team of drivers,
Right.
who do drive-bys and will shoot the cat in the head
Okay.
in front of the child.
If it's reaching too long before they
Yeah.
find out about death.
Yeah. Or
What age did you
if
find
there's-
out about
If there's
death?
a death which is up and coming.
What age did you find out about death?
Well, probably with a goldfish.
How old are you?
3 months.
You were 3 months old.
Yeah, won it at the fairground.
How did you win it? What game? Was it like World's Cutest Baby or something
No,
like
it was
that?
Hoopla.
Hoopla, the age
Yeah.
of 3 months
It was
old.
quite strong.
And so 2 days. Hang on. At 3 months old, you doted on some goldfish, the highest level of care, for like 2 days.
No, that was about 4 days.
4 days. As a 3-month-old, you spent 4 days caring for goldfish. One, where are your parents? Because there's something not quite right with that.
Let's not think so much.
Learning about death at the age of 3 months and 4 days is not learning about death at all, is it?
No, I think I understood. I was having visions.
the great complexities of the world at the age of 3 months.
That's what enabled me to become a writer for Elton John.
3 months.
At such
though.
a young age, I was so
is-
empathetic. Had it all. I use had in the past tense as well.
Can you remember anything else from being 3 months old? Is it just you staring at these goldfish in the toilet as they swim around?
No, there was another time where
And remember, listeners, the abilities that a 3-month-old has, he is nothing special.
I learned at my grand's house.
Was this the same grandma?
Same. This wasn't Cardigan Gran.
But both your grandparents are in Scotland.
No, this one was in Barbados.
Okay, because I'm fairly sure you just said that you were in Scotland.
No,
is it Scotland, Barbados?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bay, Scotland Bay in Barbados, and it was just a great time. And
What was your grandma doing out in Barbados?
I think she was hiding from the law.
From the law?
Yeah, which is related to kind of my story.
Why would you? Don't
Well, it turns
Barbados
out,
have an extradition treaty?
She had murdered someone.
She'd murdered someone.
It was a crime of passion.
Yeah.
Basically, she
Really passionately hated.
well, she made love to a person
Yeah.
who wasn't my granddad,
Right.
and the loving was quite vigorous, and she just snapped his penis off.
And he died.
Well, first off, it was stuck inside her for about 3 days, and for her it was quite a hard decision. A hard decision. Should she get it removed, or should she? Or once she gets removed, should she keep it? Maybe some sort of like a natural dildo.
Right.
But
yeah.
she kind of decided
A
that she
natural
would get it
dildo.
removed. But the bloke, I don't even know his name.
No.
We call him Dickless.
Yeah.
He bled out.
It's not murder though, is it?
Well, she
Did she
killed-
do it intentionally? She clamped
Yeah,
tight.
she
she
we
sneezed.
found lots of contraptions in her
She was giving birth.
No contraptions.
Oh, okay.
Had lots in the garage, which helped kind of strengthen her pelvic floor.
Right.
And her
To the
vagina
point that it
muscles.
could
Snap a man's
sever
penis
a man's
straight off,
penis.
yeah.
And she just what? Walked off,
Waddled off.
waddled off.
Yeah.
She didn't want to fall out, did
No.
she?
No.
And let him bleed out.
Let him bleed out.
Why?
She was trying. I have no idea
I hadn't
why.
thought that far ahead.
But so I was
thought about
over
motive.
on holiday. We had no idea about this.
Oh yeah, you were
And,
just going to Barbados to see your
my
grandma who murdered a man.
But I mean, we didn't know then she was hiding. Then, well, don't know why she went originally, but
Yeah.
it turns out she was hiding. So
Your
I
mum
was-
said it was about tax fraud.
me and my brother and my sister were all kind of playing in the garden, and then we found like a garage, and I went in there, and it's just a big kind of not was I say, a lettuce? Not a lettuce. It's sort of is that a woodpecker
I
or something?
no fucking. Let's pause it.
So at my grand's house, me, my brother, and my sister, who I've never spoken about before, but it's got a sister.
Yeah.
We were playing in
You
the
spoke
garden.
about your sister before.
And then I found like a chest freezer in a garage. Opened
It's
it
full
up,
of dicks.
and there was basically like an object on a piece of
look, a
piece of rope.
cornetto.
So I was only like 4 or 5. So I put this rope around my neck.
Yeah.
And ran into a house. It's like, Mum, I've got a new necklace. Turns out it was more like a trophy, and it was a severed penis on a chain.
I think it was like long enough. You were wearing it like a boa.
Yeah, we went down to
So she had the
to my
severed
belly button.
penis?
Yeah, just in a chest freezer on a chain, and I thought it was just a necklace.
Why?
It was a trophy. But
It's a trophy that she can't wear because
but then we found it, and then my mum
you
put two and two
confronted her.
together.
What's
And
this?
she was like, "What should we do? What should we do?" And it's like, "Well,
It's a bit late to reattach
really,
it.
we should."
Or is he bleeding out in the room?
He's
Long gone.
He's long gone, but
Long gone.
there were rumours about a man dying and
Yeah.
not having a penis, and we found my penis in a freezer,
They're called women.
and we discussed for hours: should we grass up on our gran, or should we continue getting apple pies?
You were 5 at this point.
Yeah, I was quite clever.
Yep.
But eventually,
Brothers and sisters, younger?
older, and younger,
Okay.
one of each.
One of each. So
Yeah.
even the younger one, who was 4,
Yeah.
at the most, was involved in
she was fair.
discussing whether to
She was
knock
fair.
on your grandma for murdering a man by severing his penis.
But anyway,
Did you go into detail? Did you?
we finally decided that we should,
Unanimous, you and the
Yeah.
adults.
or unanimous, that we should basically grass her up.
Yep.
And I'm just glad to say she got a stiff sentence.
Fuck off. That's outrageous. Was all that building to stiff sentence?
Only the last,
couple minutes.
I thought of it.
It was very good.
It was right just before I said it.
Probably my top 5th hardest decision was whether or not to sort of assist suicide my grandma.
Was she a kind of like a sex murderer as well?
No, she was in robust health, but
Oh.
was a racist.
You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
Oh yeah, I think it's always good. You just like if you had like a dog which bit people,
Yeah.
you'd probably get it put down.
I mean, in all fact,
Or send it off to South Africa.
no, actually, she was obviously very unwell in hospital. The life support was on, but my phone had 8%
I
battery.
say you messaging me, so I messaged you. I sent you like a video.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, have you watched it yet? It's like, no, my phone's dying, I can't
Yeah.
watch it. And I remember you saying, what should I do? You sent a photo of
Still
a
able
pug,
to reply.
and it said, do not remove. And,
Yeah.
and I said, I'll just take it. I said jokingly, take it out. And then
Yeah. So that was probably.
And then, like, you phoned me straight away as soon as you plugged it in, and there's this loud beep, like a solid beeping for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And the panic
And
of
me
those nurses.
blocking the door so the
Yeah.
nurses couldn't get
So
in.
you could charge for
Can't
that
talk
more.
right now, mate. Yeah, so that one was pretty bad. My 4th hardest, probably the same thing with my granddad.
I don't remember that one.
No, he was very ill for a long time. My other grandma, the one that was in Barbados, was very much into sort of homeopathic treatments, stuff like that. Oils.
Is that when you make people gay?
Yeah. No, so he used sort of oils and things, natural
like
oils.
massages.
Yeah, he went downhill very quickly after that.
So you get a happy finish.
He was Dutch.
Which is good in restaurants. He always pays his share.
Does double Dutch mean you will pay your share?
Going Dutch, yeah.
Going Dutch.
Yeah,
What double
I think.
Dutch mean? I saw an advert and it
It's
seems
the same.
suggestive.
Double Dutch. It's like I don't know.
If you know, write in. If you're Dutch, get in touch.
Yeah.
Because got a
Maybe
great
over-
feature idea
maybe
now.
over lunch.
Yeah,
It's like lunch.
over lunch.
We're slur.
We don't want to become too dependent on features again, though. They were a bit of a crutch.
Yeah.
So yeah, have you got a
Came
4th?
far too much.
Have you got a 4th hardest decision?
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, there was a time where I was. Oh, this is actually there was a girl who I was at school with, who was a couple of years younger than me.
Of course.
So she was in brother's year, and she was beautiful. And
I thought your sister was younger than you. Yeah.
yeah,
Age is nothing but a number, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you tell the judge.
And I really fancied her.
Yeah, how old was she?
Well, I was in college, so she was.
You said
She
school?
was probably fifth. Well, I fancied when I was at school. I went to college.
Right, yeah.
And then
So at 16 you fancied this 14-year-old?
1750. So we'll say 1750.
Yeah, but you were in college at 17. If you fancied her in school, you would have been at most 16.
But anyway.
And she's 2 years younger than you. So at best, she's 14.
I would have waited until
Oh,
the
good
right
of you.
time,
Good of you.
obviously. And
not?
I lent her a Green Day CD. It was Nimrod. She had it for like weeks and weeks. I had to have it back. And eventually she gave me my CD back,
Yeah.
covered in kisses.
Right.
And even then I didn't kind of think anything of it. I just didn't pick up
Just
the
a CD from a
signs.
15-year-old covered in kisses.
We went.
How do you know it was covered in kisses?
There was a lipstick all over it.
15-year-old wearing lipstick.
Went to this youth club thing, and we were camping away. I think it was in Bournemouth,
Mm-hmm.
and she was laying on the beach and asked me to rub oil into her back, and basically
This 15-year-old.
This is when I was at college. So she was 16 then, and she
So you'd finished college because there's 2 years between you.
She then just she undid the strap.
Sorry, the 16-year-old.
And still, I didn't pick up on this.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything. Went to university. Came back from university. Saw her in a pub, and she was like, when I was at school, college more.
Yep.
I really fancied you. Why didn't you ask me out? And that's my number 4 top regret.
And not asking her out.
Yeah.
And did you you gave her Nimrod,
Yeah.
which came out in 1997?
Yeah. I used to buy CDs from a shop. Which
How old were you in
I
1997?
would only pay. Actually, I was 18 then.
18, so she was
16 then.
16.
Yeah. But
And you fancied her before that?
no.
Yes, you did. So you gave her the CD in college when you were 17, and that was after you'd fancied her in school.
But I just wonder how I would have turned out.
Not well, mate. She was underage.
No, when she would have come of age.
But you spoke to her recently,
No, a few years back.
a few years back, and
A
she
lot of
said, "I
years
used to
back.
fancy
Yeah.
you
I mean, I sort of
in college."
never-
So did she on the CD kiss? 'Cause I know this. I believe this is a true story because Leon told me this story the other day. But the CD coming back, was it covered in lipstick?
Yeah.
Like she kissed
She'd been
it?
kissing it. Yeah, it was like lip
Right.
marks.
Do you think maybe she just really fancied Billy Joel
No,
Armstrong?
well, I thought at the time. But I didn't think anything
At the
of
time,
it.
you thought she fancied Billy Joel Armstrong.
Maybe. So I dyed my hair green and
Yeah, got addicted to drugs.
got
And,
more dungarees.
no, that's common, Eileen. You're thinking of Dexy's Midnight
Yeah,
Runners.
yeah.
Easy mistake to make.
I don't know Aunt Eileen, and she hated that song because her husband was very literal, but loved the song. He'd go around there, and I'd assume he's always plastering because her face was just peppered in white
It's like a
stuff.
plasterer's radio.
You're listening to Jim and James Chew the Cud.
How big is your family? It's
It's
there's a lot of
not so big now. A lot of them have died.
yeah.
Including my sister. That's why.
Is your grandma still
That's
living in
about it.
Jamaica?
No.
What happened there? She
She got put in prison.
Oh yeah, because you dobbed her in.
Yeah, because the crime was there. She went to prison there. Well, she said it was like a holiday.
When you found the
Severed penis.
severed penis on a chain
Yeah.
in a freezer as a trophy,
Yeah.
did she just crumble straight away? Because now when you see that, I don't know if your first thought is grandma severed a man's penis with her vagina.
As a family, we were huge fans of Morse and the Bill and Boone.
Yeah.
So we were versed on detectivism. So we did some detective work.
At the age of 5.
Yeah. I mean, you get police dogs. If police dogs can do something,
Was the Bill?
a toddler can.
Was the Bill and Morse and what was the other one? Boone.
Boone? Yeah.
Boone. On the air in 1984.
I think so. Bill definitely was. Bill had been going for years. It was about London's Burning were the peak of.
So you found this chain with a severed penis.
Yeah.
You went. This reminds me of an episode of Midsummer Murders.
Well, first of all, I didn't realise. I thought it was just a necklace. I put it on, random. Look, like, Mum, look what I've got.
Look what I got from the freezer.
Yeah.
And so this penis was just in there.
Yeah.
On
the top.
So was it just frozen? It hadn't been not prepared.
No,
but,
it was
you know,
in
like a
like
mummy.
there was a bag of peas underneath it.
Underneath it, yeah.
It was in the pea section of a freezer, which makes sense.
She alphabetized her freezer.
It's always like penis.
Had
yeah.
she? Okay.
Yeah, you've got
That's the sign of a
asparagus at the start.
Yeah.
And it's beetroot.
Well, yeah.
And cauliflowers. Jenny's one of each.
Severed clitori.
D was actually a dog.
Yeah. Dick.
No, well, no, she's quite.
She had a
formal.
dog in the freezer
Even
as well.
Even though she killed a man using her vagina.
Yeah.
She still had.
Why?
Morals.
Why did she do it?
I don't know.
She's to this
Don't
day
know.
she's held her tongue. She won't admit to anything.
No.
Does she admit she did it?
She said she's done it.
Yeah, she says I did do this, but she doesn't say why.
No, and
It's a bit
that's
of a
why she
tease.
got a stiffer sentence, because the judge, he found it quite hard to swallow what she was saying.
Can imagine.
And it was just, I mean, there were claims that the evidence had been engorged. But
That doesn't work, does it?
No, not really.
Why did she flee to Jamaica?
I didn't make her.
No, but why though? Because she had the body, the coxless.
Oh no! I mean, when I say she fled, she'd gone there years before, just like a holiday.
She killed him in Jamaica.
She'd met a bartender.
So it was a black man.
Fallen in love. I don't know.
He was, wasn't it? It's a Jamaican bartender.
He could well have been.
Yeah.
But they fell in love, got married.
Yeah.
Had a house.
Yeah.
Swimming pool.
Yeah.
A shed.
How old was he?
We've had a
How old was
greenhouse. I don't know. I never met him.
Your grandma was convicted of murder on your testimony, and you didn't stick around to listen to the details about the man.
Well, no,
she
I was only
murdered.
5. It was nap time.
Yeah, you were 5 then.
And like, am I going to court?
Did your mum go into great? She was like, James, your grandma's going away for some time. Is it because of the penis thing? Yeah. So what she did was she trained in her garage to make her vagina so tight it could sever a man's penis, James.
I mean, she did
James.
sell the rights to. This is why my mum's got. Recently bought a helicopter.
Yeah.
Because she sold the rights to the for film rights a few years back, and eventually they made a film called Teeth.
Right.
Which was, as I said, was more plausible. Basically having a set of teeth in a vagina.
Yeah.
But basically, my mum got a chopper from the chopper.
God. Oh, I feel like I'm bleeding out now.
I think a bird and what just shat that's next to the table. I saw the thing plop down.
Oh, yeah, there.
It could have been you. It could have been you.
That's his critical response to that pun.
Even nature hates it.
Yeah.
I also want to say I admire your. Yeah.
Just happened. Anything else traumatic in that? Gulf War touched on.
Yeah, I remember.
But then that's also a 2000s issue as well.
Yeah,
just like Sarah Payne.
It was a Sunday afternoon or evening.
Well, the whole Gulf War.
Well, when it started.
One of those long sunny afternoons.
Watching the news. I mean, Sunday. It was in '91. Watching the news, and then it's about Iraq's got missiles that can hit us.
Iraq's got a missile.
Yeah. And I thought basically
I don't think he was with WWF
the
then.
end of the world, and it's going to be nukes everywhere, and like tomorrow is just going to be cancelled.
Yeah.
So I went to a downstairs toilet and sobbed for 10 minutes.
You what?
I went to a downstairs toilet and sat there and sobbed. And then my mum called me out.
Wait, how old are you? How old are you there?
11. 12.
11. You went downstairs and just cried?
Yeah, to a downstairs toilet that's cried in there.
I find that really weird. Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because I don't remember crying.
I thought I was going to die.
When the Iraq War happened and I was.
But then I learned about Scud missiles.
You know, but when you say I didn't have when I was 11 and 10 or 11, and 9/11 reportedly happened.
Yeah.
I didn't ever look and go, oh shit. I was just like, oh. I mean, maybe that's something about me.
Yeah.
But same when the London terror attack. Yeah. You cried when you found out that
Gulf War was about to start.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to die. And then about a year later, I got a Mega Drive, got a game based on the Gulf War.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's called?
No.
Desert Strike.
Desert Strike.
Fucking amazing. You're in a helicopter. Isometric, you was basically gunning down tanks, trucks, Iraqi soldiers, not civilians.
Yeah.
And collecting oil barrels. Oh, that was an amazing game. So that was when I first learned that, like, war, it kills communities, it kills young men mainly, but also it's entertaining in the future, like films. If it wasn't for Vietnam, we wouldn't have Apocalypse Now.
No.
Or
Well, Apocalypse Now is based on Heart of Darkness.
But but that film, we wouldn't have that film.
Yeah. I mean, so what you're saying is look at the positives.
Yeah.
On 9/11, you were there going, this is going to make a great film.
When I was 12, my gran used to give me lots of cardigans, and she always asked for a photo of me in the cardigan. And it's like, so my mum was
just the cardigan.
No, I was wearing like shorts or trousers. I was wearing like clothes.
You were demure about it.
I didn't have my dick out. I was a young child. I still wanted to wear now.
So even if your grandma had asked you for a frontal nude, you'd
I wouldn't have done that.
No, come on.
But she's made a cardigan, or I assume she made a cardigan, and I thought I wanted a photo, so sent her a photo. But when I was at school, I was getting bullied. So
I'm not surprised.
People calling me Cardigan Boy. I hadn't worn a cardigan in about 5 years. I had no idea why they called me Cardigan Boy. And it turns out I was the torso, not the face. Torso.
Hang on, now you're going to tell me that you were a catalogue model?
I was a catalogue model. Very, very kind of precise sort of niche market. I was just doing like Aaron kind of knitted cardigans, like big chunky cardigans.
Right.
And so my life at school was a living hell.
So
it was this old cardigan boy. And then there's a band called the Cardigans came out.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're my favourite game, Gran Turismo. And I was like, no.
What do you mean they started calling you Gran Turismo?
Yeah, that was a song.
Because actually, they're actually quite a clever name there. Because it was your gran that made you the cardigans.
Yeah.
That's great.
So one of my favourite memeries was
being bullied.
An accidental catalogue model.
I don't know about this because if you honestly thought that your grandma, how many cardigans was she sending you for one?
One every 2 weeks.
One every 2 weeks.
Sometimes more.
So firstly, I'm picturing in her house there's a lot of Polaroids. She's got a lot of Polaroids on a wall.
Well, no, it just turns out she was.
No.
She owned a catalogue business.
It turned out.
Yeah.
It turned out.
She lived in Scotland, so we don't really know.
My grandma owned. Okay, fine. Right, then I have several questions.
Well, you always do.
Because
you're a fucking Paxman.
Right.
Without the Paxman.
When someone says, "Can I have a photo of you in the jumper that I bought you?" As a kid, you don't pose. You stand there.
No, but naturally I was a poser. Like right now,
fine.
I'm standing up with one leg on a stool.
Fine. I accept that you pose. I accept that you pose. But she sold a catalogue that was entirely children's cardigans.
No, it's adults as well.
Adults as well. Fine.
It's just a large part of that.
But how many photos of you were there in this catalogue?
10 or 20 in each one.
10 or 20, fine. So for 40 weeks,
3 or 4 months.
For 40 weeks, she was sending you cardigans.
At least, yeah.
At least, right. At most, if it was 20 in there every 2 weeks. So every time you posed a different place, or was the catalogue, you open it up and it's just you in front of the fireplace, the mantelpiece, every
or in the
time.
garden. Something in the garden.
Some in the garden.
Or in the park.
Some casual wear.
With my knees bleeding.
Some is just what you kicking a football. Look, you can wear it in playing sports.
Yeah.
Look, he's wearing one in church. And your mum didn't question this. The letter that comes through with this bundled up package going,
please sign
hi James, it's your grandma who you don't really know and lives in Scotland. I have a favour to ask, can't go into detail. I'm going to send you every 2 weeks cardigans that I'm knitting myself, which is quite an expeditious rate of cardigans. I just need you to take photos of you in day-to-day situations, in good lighting.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you understand this.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Reasonable.
Yeah. And your mum, though,
and your dad,
were both unaware that your grandma owned a catalogue business. So was this a late in life? Because she delivered the catalogue. It was called Kerrs. The signs were there.
The signs were there. Literally, there was a sign in front of a house that said kind of cardigans.
Did you get any sort of money for this when you found out?
No. I just had loads of
live.
cardigans. And some of them were really nice, some weren't.
Yeah.
I also got a few. I mean, she then moved into like kind of clothing.
It was when she moved
cricket.
into sex toys that it became a problem.
That was a problem.
Yeah.
Luckily it didn't happen.
Dear James, it's your grandma again. Please find enclosed a cock ring and some Benoit balls.
What are Benoit balls?
You know what Benoit balls? You know what Benoit balls are?
No.
They're the anal beads on a string.
Oh, Mr. Anal beads.
Yeah, they're called Benoit balls.
As in, like Ben, is it a man called Ben?
Benoit.
Benoit.
Have you not like all the in
Is it a wrestler, Benoit?
Oh,
Chris
isn't you know Arrested Development? There's a joke about no, it's Archer. There's one of the waiters is called Benoit, and he keeps saying balls after every time he speaks to
Never
him.
knew that.
There's a Blink song called Benoit Balls.
Yeah, Blinking for Children.
Wow. You say the same thing about your dick.
Yeah.
We're back again. You got anything 90s or catalogue related?
90s. And
Actually, I just realised 90s was one thing on one list.
Yeah.
But go on, 90s.
Thousands by proxy, which is where you make people ill. So you make your child ill to get attention. And since the invention of the internet, there's a new version, which is Munchausen's by internet, which is that you go online and pretend to be ill, which people do, or have mental illnesses, which I know people who have done, and things like that.
Are you getting at me for
No.
pretending you're disabled online?
But one of the things they're talking about were people that pretend to be disabled online for humour, when actually it was a cry for attention and help.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of a story that you told me, wherein you pretended to share a name with a D-list celebrity, but pretended to be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
For attention.
Yeah.
Why? What was going on in your life?
I was unemployed.
Yeah.
Been in for a few months. In hindsight, I was probably having a massive mental breakdown, and faced it with my freedom. And I mean, it got worse.
Yeah.
I recently, I was discussing with a work colleague, dick pics. But in a kind of like
but this was in a formal setting where you
HR
with
setting.
HR.
No, it was outside of work. We're having a chat, and it reminded me of many years ago. I had a blog called Operation Girls Date for Free, and it's still on Blogspot, on Google Blogs, whatever it is.
Is it?
So you go into Blogspot, type in Girls Date for Free. So my website so it was last updated Tuesday the 14th of July. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So it was last updated 14th of July 2009.
Yep.
And it's called Operation Girls Date for Free. But to find it, if you just type in getcox.blogspot.com, and it just says
you were 30 at this point.
Yeah, maybe 29.
Yeah, I'm 29.
We've signed up to a dating website just to see what men will do and believe when they think an 18-year-old girl wants to fuck them. Mm-hmm. And it's basically, I've told before, it's to prove how scummy men are. Yeah. And will basically say anything and do anything to. Yeah.
I'd like to discuss that as your argument.
I mean, it was basically to prove how men or some men will kind of.
Oh right, yeah, that was it.
So
that's what I was going to challenge you on, because you're saying that's to prove it, but who are you proving that to? Because I don't imagine this had an audience, did it?
No, I mean,
did it?
It did. It was you. No, it was me and someone else who were doing it.
Right. So you and your friend.
In my head at the time.
But no one else was reading this, right?
I was.
You were just soliciting. You were pretending. Were you pretending to be 18-year-old girls?
Yeah.
And you were getting these dick pics and things like that. What did you then do with them?
Posting them online.
And how many people looked at this?
I don't know. At the time, it was quite a big deal. It felt like one anyway.
Okay. So
in my head, I was going to be the next internet comedian.
Right, but what's the comedic joke? You were just pretending to be an 18-year-old girl.
No, but I would say things.
18, yeah.
I would say kind of funny things.
Oh, go on.
I was going to find a story. One of them.
The James Kerr prepared material.
I mean, say for example, it's one where the title of the post is "My Peachy Bum."
Your peachy bum. Okay. You were 29 when you did this. Yeah.
As a final insult, I've also sent a photo of my bottom to these lovely men. Well, only 2 so far, but both have liked it. And I'm pretty sure I don't have a feminine bottom. There's a photo of my bottom.
Wait, so then you actually sent a picture of your ass to these men? Right. So hang on. So just I just want to square this. You were pretending to be a girl online to get dick pics from men, to whom you then sent pictures of your ass. To which they probably replied saying nice things about it because they thought you were a girl.
For example, I see it.
How many times are you doing this and jacking off at the same time?
I don't think ever. I mean, I may have been. It was 11 years.
Okay,
but it was,
fair enough. So
I see it, baby. But I'm getting so fucking hard. I need to slam it in you. When you're gonna call me, so I can show you what I'm made of. Ha ha ha. Write my number down. He then sent his number, which I censored.
Yeah.
Slightly. Which is the funny part. So it's.
You shouldn't have to say this is the funny part.
No, but so the number as it's written down here is star 7968483838. So all I've done is just taken off the first number, which is always 0.
All right.
So things like that.
That's the funny part.
So he's put, would love to oil massage, exquisite, play with it, finger it, then maybe fuck it hard. I just noticed, I replied, I sent you a photo of my brother's bum. No, I'm sorry. So he's replied, because he thinks he's going to get a fuck. I don't mind, I'm bisexual anyway. You want to meet?
Then what did you say to that?
I replied, I'm not sure, it's a bit creepy. Plus, I'm talking to a hot guy now who's very sexy. If I can't meet him, I'll let you meet me. Spell MEAT. So he's no worries, sexy girl. Get in touch. I live alone. God. Do drive and pick you up and give you a lift. Would love to lick you all day night.
I don't know if you're. I don't know if it's me that sees it this way. To me, that's you sexting men. I don't see how that's anything other than it's not a comedy bit, mate. That's just sexting men.
I can see I reached a low point in my life on the 12th of July 2009, where I posted 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, wasn't it? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I posted 6 things. That evening. So Sunday, 12th of July, and it didn't last that long. I was finished off. On
his face,
the 18th of July, I believe. Yeah, which was a man called Emil Dutch, and it's called Candy from a Baby. Back to Germany. Hello, are you online? A minute later, hello, are you there? A minute later, hello, my dear Kate. A minute later, how
Who's
are
Kate?
you? That's me. Well, I'm called Sexy Chick 6922. Actually, no, part of the time.
Please,
so it's Sexy Chick 69 even.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a photo with bread and meat. You let me down. Because before that, I was supposed to get him to send me photos of his penis with his dinner on it.
Okay.
So I sent it to you. To your email, not one of bread and meat. I feel like you've lied to me. That's my thing. I will send it now again, honey. So I've asked him to post it on Image Shack, which he has. And there's a link here, and it's a flaccid penis with a bit of beef on it, with some bread underneath.
Oh, for God! That's disgusting.
So I didn't have to, but it was 3 messages from me, and he sent me this dick pic. So yeah, I think we should maybe get off this.
No, I don't. I don't want to.
His previous one.
No.
Was a photo of him with his penis through. Actually, it's 2 photos. One through a piece of bread, and then the next one, he cheesed on his steak. So
I don't know. I feel that's just you sexting men.
Only really desperate men.
And then I have a question. I want you to answer me honestly.
Yeah.
When we started talking about this, you said it was you and a mate that did this. There was no other person.
No, it was a woman.
No, there wasn't.
Well, I don't know,
that's the
I don't
lie.
know her full name.
So you and this stranger on the internet concocted a plan.
Yeah.
And what was her involvement? Because that's all you.
Well, I think in the end, a lot of it was pretty just while trying to prove the point of men will do anything to. I think they can get some sex.
Yeah.
I was pretty trying to do that to try and impress her.
What do you think she was going to be impressed by your wokeness?
Yeah.
So what was her involvement then?
I think you might have no idea. She might have done a few of them.
No, did she?
Yeah.
Did she?
I can't remember. It was 11 years ago.
I can remember 11 years ago.
I can remember if I ran some sort of sex scam online 11 years ago, I'd remember if there was someone else involved.
And what? I told you.
No. Was she involved in any way in the setting up of the website, the texting of men,
Yes.
and the sending of images?
She did do some. I don't think I posted those ones on.
So she didn't have anything to do with it, did she?
She did.
Just you alone.
But she must have looked a bit amused.
It's just you alone at 29, jacking off into a sock.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it wasn't a dog. It was this old woman who was just buying some toffees. She came in, grabbed the toffees, joined the queue, and shit bang fart car smashed.
That was
through
your
the
brand
window.
of Snap Crackle Pop.
And it crushes her. Toffees.
What, and you're just stood there with a bag of toffees ready to hand it over?
Yeah, and it was in her
She's
hands.
reaching for it, and then a car comes through.
It could have been me.
Could have been you.
Yeah, a little bit further over, in each direction. But
so you were just in the shop.
I was the.
I've got a few questions.
Yeah.
Because obviously last week we were talking about your 37-year-old, and you refused to name the subject she taught you at school.
Yeah.
So I just want to see if you've got. So the toffees this old woman bought, were they for her?
Yeah, she came in.
She came in every week.
Came in every Wednesday to get this bag of toffees.
You remember? She knew you.
She always bought a copy of a mirror.
Yeah.
And 20 B&H.
Yeah.
And also a bottle of gin.
Yeah.
And that was it.
But you know, every week
I've been sometimes.
Yeah. Every week
she'd get whatever was on offer. So if it's like pizza.
What was her name?
I don't know. I never knew her name.
You never knew her name.
She was paid in cash.
She was paid in cash.
You never saw a bank card.
No, but is that how you get people's names? If she comes in every week.
No,
does she know your name?
In
does
shops,
she know your name?
This could be my number.
Does she know your name?
This could be my number 4 as well. This is very much because in shops when I was younger, there was none of this kind of contactless stuff. You know, this magic.
Yeah, you were hands on, weren't you?
You had to either do a check.
Yeah.
Or you can either get your card, you person manually swipe it, look at it, check the signature. None of that now.
No.
But when I was working at a BP, and this could be a bad experience for the other person. This bloke came in, and he was a bit of an arse. Want to pay for his petrol, handed across his credit card. It had it wasn't one I recognised straight away.
Right, that confused you.
And it was a Tottenham Hotspur credit card.
Oh wow!
So under the counter, for some reason I had a massive magnet. Don't know what I had for that, but I did.
Yeah.
So took payment first. I then rubbed it over the magnet and scratched it.
Thank God you said magnet.
And scratched it a little bit and gave it back to him.
Okay, so that's a crime as well.
But it was 20 years ago, so...
I was thinking sort of more along the lines of worst experiences in the shop. Do you remember when the terrorists shot up that French supermarket?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, you had to deal with a Tottenham Hotspur credit card.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a minute.
The card.
Well, we're back. Can't remember where we left off, but
quite exciting.
The old lady that died in your shop. What happened after that? I mean, how was it for you? Because
quite
I feel like you sort of
so I had
glossed over
blood all over my face.
What? So she sort of imploded rather than just hit by a car?
Yeah, she kind of because she was old. Her skin was quite soft in a bad way, and like fragile, like a paper bag. So as soon as the car hit it, it just split.
Who?
Her blood just.
She sort of like a water balloon.
Watermelon.
Or like a watermelon.
Yeah.
Wow, and that was just. What did you do? Get a mop?
I sat there. Had a quick read for loaded.
You knew she was dead.
I knew she was dead.
So you didn't even need to check.
There
was a car inside her.
Trying to calm myself down.
Yeah. You don't want to overreact.
No. So then I phoned 999. I kind of said this is what's happened. I don't know who. Is it an ambulance? Because they're gone. It's obviously a crime, so is it the police?
You're going to call the RAC.
So eventually we chose to send the police, and an ambulance came along as well, just in case they could
put her back together someone. Again. Yeah.
They were sent away pretty much on arrival.
Yeah. So she genuinely did sort of evaporate.
Yeah.
And or even explode into chunks because you said you had some on, so it was sort of chunks,
like a bin bag,
right? Yeah,
full of smashed watermelon. And
so they send away the ambulance. They go, no, you go.
No point.
But with
And what, the police get like a little dustpan and brush out?
They went outside, they worked out where the car was, how fast it was going.
What do you mean, where the car was, mate? The car's still in your shop,
What
isn't
happened, it was like skid marks on the on the pavement. So
yeah.
You can see where it...
But they know where the car is because the old lady's all over it.
Try and get some evidence, see what happened.
What do you mean?
It's just to make
evidence.
I need to,
for what?
I need to make sure
the car's inside the building. Right, that's not where cars belong, is it?
I need to make sure a crime's happened. It might have been an accident. To prove
an old woman is dead.
Yeah, but they do die sometimes. As do for old men, young women, and other people.
So did they determine a crime had happened when the car went through your shop and hit this woman?
Yeah, once they worked out how fast he'd been travelling, but it wasn't an accident. They arrested this man.
What was he doing the whole time? You were reading through. He was masturbating.
He said it could be his last time he gets a chance.
Well, because they cut his hands off, do they?
No, because in prison, he says he's wank shy, so he won't make fun of other people. I mean, I wasn't watching. I was sat, made sure my back was turned. I could hear him. But I was
so he's in. Let's just picture this then. So you're in this BP garage. It's BP garage, isn't it? There's a car with sort of a thin mist over the front of it, and a little shopping trolley that's the shopping bags on the floor. You're there holding a bottle of gin for this lady, because you were about to give her that.
Yeah, that's about a satisfier.
And so you just turn around and face the cigarettes, and the driver of the car does nothing but jerk off.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll give you a take that I read online. See what you think about it. The Disney TV show, the Disney film Moana, is racist. Don't know if you want to try and guess why.
Well, I do have views on things, so of race.
Yeah.
Some I will share. Like this one here. I'm showing through like Netflix and Amazon. And it shows you all the covers of all the films.
Yeah.
And it is just a sea of white, more white. The odd black person, more person of colour. Lots of aliens.
Yeah.
You've probably got like the top percentage, say 80%. So say 70% of posters are, or kind of covers of a white hero, and it's 29% aliens.
Yeah.
And it's at the bottom.
Do you know why that is?
No.
The artwork it chooses is based solely off your viewing choices.
No.
No, it is. No, it is, mate.
No, but I mean, but any film.
No. Each film has multiple different icons, right? And if you watch films like, say, starring Laura Dern, if she's in a film with like Get Out, it would have the white girl at the front. So what
you're saying is Netflix is making me racist?
No, I'm saying you make your own Netflix racist. What views? There's no view expressed there. There's no view. You've not said something.
Well, I don't have a view. It's Netflix trying to force upon me.
It's not. It's showing you what things that you seem to like the most.
Like, but I don't. When it's because
it's based on your actions.
I might have watched it, say, once by accident at the start. I might have watched, say on YouTube a video of a helicopter falling into a crowd of bears.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean in future I'm going to be...
If you do it enough times, it does, doesn't it?
No.
It's like if they took your PC away and there's weird videos on it, the reason those weird videos are suggested, as you do every time you have access to my YouTube, is because you change the algorithm.
But I don't have my one.
No, but my point is, therefore, you are naturally preferring to watch films starring white people or aliens, which actually explains why you're attracted to the green girl from Guardians of the Galaxy, because she's just not that black, even though she is.
And the blue girl from Avatar.
Yeah, so you're the racist.
No. In our Patreon, I'm going to tell you why I'm not a racist, but using defence used by proper racists like Nigel Farage.
Yeah.
I'm not a racist. I employ a black driver.
You employ a black driver, do you?
Nigel Farage does.
So what's your excuse?
I don't. I just have whoever's driving the bus.
You wouldn't employ a black driver.
I would. I'm not employing anyone, so I don't have a job to offer, so I can't do that. You're trying to make me give someone
what if they offered to do it for free?
But it's still no job. If I had a car, when it's a job, yeah. But it's just a matter.
So you're choosing not to employ. You'd rather not have a car.
Then employ a black man.
I didn't say that. I said, I don't have a car, so there's no job available, so I can't hire someone for a job that doesn't exist. You should be aware of how this works.
But I just don't have a car. You're refusing to buy a car.
I don't drive. I don't need to drive.
But you're saying you'd rather not have a car at all than have one because you might have to offer a black man a job.
If I had a car, then I would.
If you owned property, yeah, at what point would you hire a black man?
When I had a job to offer anyone.
But you don't.
I don't.
Okay.
If I did, I would employ. I mean, I was watching a documentary.
No, say it. You.
Oh no, I was watching a documentary by Killer Mike, and he's here now in a band called Run with Jules, who young white people look up to because they've got a white wrapper at the front, so they're socially acceptable.
Yeah.
So he was basically trying to live like his ancestors did. And it's his words, yeah, his grandma. Have lived in a black community.
Hang on,
kept money in.
Your grandma's like your ancestor. You don't refer to your grandma as your ancestor.
We would in like a documentary. So once they passed,
I used to spend the summer holidays with my ancestors.
It was his great grandma. I had a grandma once, and she died, and
choked to death.
Yeah, it was. I vomit. She was in a band with Stereophonics, and she was there to run. Oh no, sorry, that's Stuart Cable.
How do you confuse those two?
Hair.
So you had sex with Stuart Cable?
No.
Right. You had sex with your grandma?
No.
Oh, my brother wants to confirm that he's not a paedophile. That he was 14 when he did his. Was mentioned in last week's episode. Due to an audio editing issue, it sounded like he said that he was 22 when he 14-year-old. He was not.
There was 22 of them. But yeah, it's two magpies in the garden. Obviously very renowned for kind of collecting jewellery.
Yeah.
So I was thinking that if you had a lot of land, you lived in like thousands of acres, and you had a big family.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of really clumsy, or maybe they've all lost weight recently. And so the jewellery they have falls off. Just burning along. Just falls off.
Like Mr. T, and just gradually sloughs off.
You don't have a groundskeeper. So it's a lot of
and they're all grass. And all my relatives are blind.
Well, no, but it's clumsy.
They have to be fucking blind.
They don't notice things. They're oblivious.
They're oblivious, right?
Dumb.
Yeah.
But would you employ magpies? Like a flock or a fleet, so you just kind of fly around your garden collecting jewellery. Because what would be good?
I don't know, because if I've got 100,000 acres of land, and my family are draped in gold, so much so that they can not notice diamond rings falling off, I don't think I'm overly concerned about some necklace, like an earring or something.
How about then, on a smaller scale, you live in a little bungalow,
even in a small garden,
a large estate.
I can find them.
This is actually a true story.
Okay.
There's a bloke who would basically leave a shiny coin in his garden.
Yeah.
And a magpie would come along and kind of, and he'd train it to bring it back to him.
Right.
So
yeah.
he'd have like seeds in his hand, like food.
Yeah.
Get it. Here's your food. And it eventually would come every day. But he would start leaving the coins further away, so like his neighbours or straight down. And it was still coming back to him. So it was at that point he realised he could sit at home and just have his bird fly around, just picking up money from the street.
But money that he'd put there.
But no, because it could eventually learn. If it's saw something shiny, it would pick it up.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it might have flown into a shop and done a robbery, which again would be another bit of a segue here. He's done a robbery.
The crow is in the car, or the magpie's in the car.
No, he's flown in the shop.
Yeah.
He's picked up a coin.
How big is the magpie?
That's what he's done.
How big is the magpie?
Normal magpie sized.
Okay. So it's not like a man-sized magpie walking in. Okay.
But he's picked up a coin.
Yeah.
It's flown out. In his eyes, that's just him just collecting a coin for the old man in the corner. But in fact,
by a police officer.
In human terms, he has formed a robbery.
No, he hasn't.
He has.
So where's the penny come from? On the floor?
It's just someone's left it, but maybe it's in someone's hand.
On the floor.
Maybe it's in someone's change. And it's like, here you are. Here's your change.
Okay.
Grabs it.
Yeah, okay. He's performed a robbery.
I don't know it, but you could basically just train magpies to go around, and you could just sit at home, and it's like kind of busking or begging, but with none of the effort at all.
Right. I think there's a lot of effort to train the magpie.
Then also,
it's going to bring you
children.
It's going to bring you bottle caps. It's going to bring. And also, no.
We both paid Fallout.
No, a magpie a magpie's ability to find and return things isn't hereditary.
Yeah, well,
No, it's
I've
not.
played computer games.
Homing pigeons are
I know
trained.
how
They're
DNA
not.
works. You get a mum and a dad,
Yeah.
and they have a baby,
Yeah.
and that baby takes some of their genetic fun stuff
Yeah.
and transfers
Okay,
it to
yeah,
the next one.
fine.
It turns
So-
through. And it's always enhanced.
Yeah.
You never get like a worse child than
Yeah.
a parent, like a less enhanced one.
Yes, you do.
Or never equally.
Less enhanced.
Less enhanced.
Less enhanced instead of disabled. You have to say that now.
No, I'm speaking
sorry
about.
to let you know that your child,
I'm speaking-
following the scan, is less enhanced.
Well, it's with all these snakes.